Hello, my name is Sarah El-Shaarawi. I am editor-at-large of the journal Arab Media and Society, published by the American University in Cairo, and I'm also currently working on a PhD at the University of Toronto in the politics of energy transition. Sorry, this is very long. Is that fine?
It's fine.
Okay. Also previously an instructor of climate communication at the American University in Cairo. Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is what's facing journalism in general. There's been so much transition and evolution in the media landscape, and this has affected environmental and climate journalism particularly in a particularly strong way. So in the Arab region specifically, there is not a ton of knowledge about climate change in general and environmental issues, and so there's not a huge public appetite. There are not resources for investment in climate and environmental journalism more broadly. And so these issues that are facing journalism in general and climate journalism in particularly globally are particularly severe in the Arab region. Yeah, I think if you focus exclusively on the urgency, um, it can really create panic among your readers. It can also cause people to turn away. So, including positive work that people are doing, initiatives just like this one, where people are coming together to improve practice, to increase knowledge, to increase reach. I think focusing on these positive initiatives is a good way to balance the sort of real visceral fear that can come as a result of knowledge of the crisis our world is currently in. I think one thing that I really learned, and this was something that we've discussed particularly yesterday, but one thing I really learned is, at least in Egypt, among students and the public, really understanding how these sort of complex global systems actually affect their daily lives. I'll give an example of one of my students who had entered the course who didn't really know much about climate journalism had been strongly encouraged to participate in the course, but didn't really have knowledge or interest. And so when she learned about the effects of sea level rise on Alexandria, where she's from, she really wanted to learn more. She wanted to take part in that storytelling. And so creating those emotional connections, we all have a connection to the climate crisis. We just have to identify what they are and direct them to our audiences. Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, there is really, in the Egyptian context, which is where I was teaching, there is really not a strong awareness. I had about 8 to 10 students in a program of, at the time, over 600. And this was a new course. Most of them are interested in learning about marketing and communications, how to produce sort of more flashy things for social media and so on, which is a very valuable set of skills to teach students, even with respect to covering the climate, and perhaps especially. So I think meeting students where they are, helping foster interest, and using all of the new tools that have come out is a good way to approach teaching.